Old Bilbo walks through a passage inside his home. He opens a chest, and inside are pictures of his younger self, books, a map, and a sword. We see Bilbo writing the story of his adventures in a book. His story takes us to the city of Dale and through its prosperous market streets. Beyond the city lies Erebor, home of Thror, the king under the mountain, the mightiest of the dwarf lords. King Thror has one son and one grandson. Erebor is a magnificent kingdom built by the finest of the dwarfkin, a fortress no army would ever dare invade. The dwarves possess countless precious gems and rivers of gold. They create objects of great beauty using diamonds, emeralds, rubies, and sapphires. But the dwarves continue digging deeper in search of even greater riches. That is where they find it, the Arkenstone. That was the beginning of their downfall. Kings and rulers from every land come to pay homage to Thror, even the great Elven king himself. But the Arkenstone slowly drives Thror mad. He begins having problems with everyone, including the Elven king. Then they are invaded, not by men, nor by elves, but by a dragon, Smaug. The dragon attacks the city, destroying everything with fire. The men of Dale try to fight back, but they cannot stop him. Even their black arrows fail to kill the beast. Smaug is simply too powerful. Everyone runs for their lives, but the dragon is not truly interested in the city of men. Smaug attacks the Erebor and claims it for himself, drawn to the mountain by its endless treasure and gold. The dwarves are driven out of their homeland by the dragon. Next, we meet one of our favorite characters, Frodo, as he goes outside to collect the mail. Frodo tries to look at Bilbo's book, but Bilbo quickly closes it, telling him it is not ready yet. Frodo also looks inside Bilbo's chest. Today is Bilbo's birthday, but he refuses to invite anyone. Bilbo even hides away all of his gold. Frodo tells Bilbo that people in the Shire are beginning to say he's acting strangely. Bilbo gives Frodo some notices to place at the gate, while Frodo goes to wait for Gandalf. We are then taken back magic to make a butterfly land on Bilbo's nose. Bilbo greets him with "Good morning." Gandalf begins asking Bilbo several questions before telling him he's looking for someone to share in an adventure. Bilbo replies that no one around here would ever want to go on an adventure. When Gandalf calls him by name, Bilbo is surprised that Gandalf knows who he is, and not for the better. Then Gandalf introduces himself properly, and Bilbo finally remembers him. Gandalf tells Bilbo that he'll inform the others, but Bilbo strongly disagrees, insisting that he wants nothing to do with any adventure. Bilbo quickly goes inside and shuts his door. Before leaving, Gandalf secretly marks Bilbo's door with a strange symbol. Bilbo spies on Gandalf through the window, but when Gandalf suddenly looks toward him, Bilbo quickly hides. Then Gandalf walks away. The next day, Bilbo goes to the market. Thinking he might run into Gandalf again, he keeps nervously hiding and asking questions about him. Later that evening, after preparing dinner for himself, Bilbo hears the doorbell ring. When he opens the door, he sees a dwarf named Dwalin. Dwalin introduces himself and immediately walks into Bilbo's home. He sits at the dining table and begins eating Bilbo's food as if he owns the place. The bell rings again. This time, it's Balin, the oldest in the group. Bilbo is shocked by the way the two dwarves greet each other with headbutts. Soon after, Fili and Kili arrive, two young brothers full of energy. Bilbo says no, they walk right into the house to join the others. Then the bell rings once more. When Bilbo opens the door again, he sees Gandalf standing there with several more dwarves. The dwarves have gathered for an important meeting about reclaiming Erebor from the dragon. They eat, sing, and enjoy themselves until suddenly there is another knock at the door. Gandalf opens it. Standing there is Thorin. Gandalf introduces Thorin to Bilbo. Thorin informs the others that the remaining dwarves will not be joining them because this quest belongs to him and his company alone.
Thorin believes that he and his men must reclaim Erebor by themselves. Gandalf then spreads out a map of Middle-earth as they begin discussing their plan. Balin believes there is no way into the mountain because the main gate has been sealed shut, but Gandalf reveals a secret key that can open a hidden entrance into Erebor. The company explains he is not a burglar at all. However, Gandalf believes Bilbo is perfect for the task because Smaug is familiar with the scent of dwarves, while the smell of a hobbit will be completely unknown to the dragon. Thorin reluctantly agrees. Bilbo is handed a contract to read through, but after reading it, Bilbo faints. When he wakes up, Bilbo refuses to join them on the journey. Still, Thorin reporting before Bilbo even wakes up, Thorin and his company had already left. Bilbo's home suddenly feels empty and lonely. Unable to ignore the feeling inside him, Bilbo grabs his bag and runs after the company. The dwarves had even placed bets on whether Bilbo would come or not. When Bilbo finally arrives, they all paid Gandalf because he was the only one who believed Bilbo would join them. Bilbo complains they should stop because he forgot his handkerchief. The horsehair keeps making him sneeze, so one of the dwarves cuts off a piece of cloth and gives it to him. Later that night, Bilbo goes to feed one of the horses an apple when suddenly he hears before laughing at Bilbo for getting scared. But Thorin doesn't find it funny. He hates orcs deeply. Balin then explains to Fili and Kili why Thorin despises orcs so much. During the an orc watches them from a distance. The rain begins pouring heavily. One of the dwarves asks if Gandalf can use magic to stop Gandalf. Gandalf explains that there are 5 wizards in total. Next, we meet Radagast in his forest. He notices that dark magic has entered the land. Using magic, Radagast saves a dying animal before setting out to find Gandalf. Thorin suggests they camp for the night, but Thorin refuses immediately. He does not trust the elves.